Continuing the Mike Gallagher Show, the one and only. Honest to goodness, can we try to do an exercise today, Chris Wallace, Fox News Sunday? Can we just have a normal conversation where there are no reports of anything you or I said online? Not just none.
I'll tell you something. There's going to be no report of anything I said because you got me in trouble again last week.
I did not. I resent that. I don't want you to get in trouble.
You resemble that.
I resemble that remark.
You got me in trouble last week. You accomplished what you did. Your people put it on the Internet within minutes after we spoke.
My people put it. Are you crazy?
Well, how does it get in? Nobody listens to your show.
That's nice. That's a nice thing to say to a friend. You know, can you imagine?
I wouldn't say it to a friend.
Ouch. Gosh, you're fired up today.
Let me simply say,
try to be a nice guy.
No news made.
It
may be funny, it may be boring, it may be whatever, but there will be no news made. There will be all you bloggers. You can turn off. You can
turn off your computer.
Get out of your pajamas,
right.
Leave your mother's basement,
right,
and go to work because there's nothing going to be said.
Well, they don't have jobs, but put your Birkenstocks on and go down to the Whole Foods store and get some tofu for the weekend and just leave us alone. I mean, and for the benefit of people who don't read this crap online, and this is the truth.
What do you mean? You and your people are, as soon as we're done, I'm sure that Lance is out there saying, did you what Chris Wallace did on the Mike Gallagher show?
We are terrified because, again, I've told you for years, I'm always afraid you're going to get mad at being written about.
Getting close. Let me simply say, we are getting close to that point.
Stop it. Don't blame me for this. I'd swear
for
to
my
you.
Big mouth? Well,
Thank you.
There are two choices, and you're the better one.
Yeah, that's right. Talk about blame shifting. Yeah, I mean, for the benefit of people who don't know what we're talking about, invariably you'll say something, and then these media blogs and these watchdog people who don't like Fox News or talk radio or whatever, then they write about it and they make it a big story like it's breaking news, and then you get upset and I get worried.
And you get some publicity, and it's good for you, and it improves your ratings, and you get mentioned on the blog. So, yeah, I love the way one of us benefits from this and one of us doesn't.
Well, let me tell you who won't benefit is if you get into a snit, and I know how thin-skinned you are, and then you stop doing this.
I'm a tad thin-skinned.
That's true. You think? I mean, my gosh. And I mean, nobody's got anything on you, and I'm afraid you're going to stop doing the segment. I don't like it when I see this. I cringe. Even when I get my Google alerts. By the way, do you get Google alerts?
Oh, so yes, and you love it because you say, the Mike Gallagher Show, Chris Wallace.
Ding, 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 ding. Ooh, 9 hits today for the Mike Gallagher Show. That's good. Our share will go up 30%. All right, so let's not make any news today, but can we start? I mean, this is a valid story. Maybe it'll come
Here we go.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble. How does Charles Blow from the New York Times get away in the culture we live in with suspensions and ESPN headline writers getting suspended because they said chink in the armor, and Roland Martin got suspended because he said, no dude should get excited about the David Beckham underwear ad. Charles Blow can tweet to Mitt Romney, stick that in your magic underwear, and nothing. How can nothing happen to him? How's that not religious bigotry?
I don't know.
Thank you. Boy, this is going to be bad. He's not going to he's not going to proffer any opinion now whatsoever because he's afraid he's going to be written about on these stupid sites. You're allowed to have this is something that might come up on Fox News Sunday. What are you going to do Sunday? You're not going to say anything about it?
I'm going to get in trouble on my own show, not on your show.
Why not? You could spread the blame a little bit.
If it's we have on Sunday.
Who's on Sunday?
We have Mitt Romney for an exclusive interview.
Now, so that should be one of your questions.
I don't think that's what we'll be talking about.
You're not going to ask him about a New York Times columnist tweeting, stick that in your magic underwear? How can you not ask him that? Of course, then again, I've talked about the underwear thing, and he won't come on my show. So maybe you better not ask him. You'll never get him again. I haven't gotten him at all. I haven't talked to Mitt Romney in 2 years.
And why do you think that is? Other than his good judgment.
Maybe his good taste. And
the fact that he doesn't want to end up being in all these blogs when you get him into trouble.
I've been blacklisted by the Romney campaign. I have. Well,
that would be an unfortunate thing to have happen.
As you giggle and smirk and sneer about it. And, of course, you're happy. Let me tell you something. I remember it wasn't all that long ago. You were in a similar situation. You hadn't gotten a lot of access exactly to Governor Romney, did you?
This is my third exclusive interview with Governor Romney since December, and I'm very happy, and I think he understands. And guess who our exclusive guest will be next Sunday?
Oh, so this is bad. Now he's going to go on to the following Sunday, so he doesn't have to avoid giving any opinions today. Okay, who's on next?
Rick Santorum.
Oh, good. Why don't you have them both on tomorrow? Why don't you have them on to Sunday at the same time? That'd be some fireworks.
Well, because they didn't want to have a debate.
Will Mitt Romney be in studio with you in D.C. or on satellite?
He will be on the satellite from Michigan.
Before you guys go live, can you ask him if he'll do my radio show?
No.
I mean, what can I do? How about I do something on your behalf if you'll do that for me?
What would you do? How would you make it worth my while?
Name it.
An interview with the Pope.
Like I have connections to the Pope. What does that mean? Is that on your dream list? Who is on your bucket list of who?
Oh, the Pope. Yeah, not necessarily this Pope, but John Paul II. Well, no, I'm just there's some popes that are more interesting than others.
I don't think John Paul II's available.
Well, I understand, but he was always on my dream list. The royal family of England when some of these. I don't know. There are a variety of people.
Man, I was sick last weekend. I was home in bed, and I was channel surfing. You know what I watched? I watched The Queen again. What a great movie!
Boy, that's appropriate.
What a great movie. I mean,
you're looking in the mirror.
Helen, stop it. There you go. All right, go ahead. Make a headline. Attack me relentlessly.
Some of them are worth it.
Yeah, that's all right. They won't write about that. Was Helen Mirren not great? Did you see that movie?
She was great. It was a great movie. It was great.
That's a fantastic movie. I'm fascinated by the Royals.
Did that movie is Peter Morgan, who wrote that movie. He's also the guy that did Frost Nixon. Did you ever see Frost Nixon?
Do you know? I'm going to tell you right now, which is bizarre. You're bringing this up. I don't even know what network I was watching. The movie they played on that cable channel after the Queen was Frost Nixon.
Well, I was watching it last week, too. And look, a lot of it's bull, and a lot of the stuff about Nixon, I mean, like there's this, I don't know how much of the movie you watched, there's this fantastic conversation before the big Watergate interview where Nixon calls Frost in the middle of the night.
Supposedly.
And has had too much to drink,
Supposedly.
And basically, in effect, says, you know what, I'm overwhelmed by my sense of guiltiness, and I'm going to come clean tomorrow.
Right.
Never happened.
Didn't happen.
Complete. No. And Peter Morgan, I was at a screening that he was at, and he was asked about it because it's a fabulous scene. And I'm thinking, God, I never heard about that. And he just made it up.
He just made it up. A little poetic license. This is just fiction. All right, let's talk about something that's surely going to come up Sunday. The latest president's apology tour. He's apologizing for the U.S. military burning copies of the Quran. Newt Gingrich and Sarah Palin and others are saying, well, when does Karzai apologize for American soldiers being killed by Afghan soldiers?
Well, I mean, here's the thing about it. I thought it was totally appropriate when right after the incident happened, the commander of U.S. forces in Afghanistan apologize. First of all, look, it is a big deal for the Afghans, for Muslims, the Quran, that burning it is not an acceptable way to dispose it. Just to be practical, you don't want to get people killed. So if you think that an apology is going to prevent some of your soldiers from getting killed. Now, I don't know if Obama apologized to Karzai before or after the Americans were killed, but let me tell you, that at that point apologies are off, because I don't care what they did to the Quran. Compared to taking human lives, I can live with with the burning of the Quran.
Yeah, but I want to analyze for a moment what you just said. Well, you don't want to get people killed when the Quran gets burned. I got an idea. Maybe people don't kill people over the burning of a Quran. How about we start with the killers?
But I mean, if you think that's not the point. The point is, do you think it was wrong for the general who was in charge of U.S. forces? This is before the riots. When he finds out, and it was wrong, it's against policy that the Quran had been burned, for him to issue an apology.
Well,
do you think that's wrong?
No, but I also understand.
No, wait a minute. You just said no. You do not think it was wrong to apologize.
I understand the general saying this was a mistake and it shouldn't have happened. What's fascinating is that once again we see the religion of peace killing people in the name of Islam.
It's completely wrong, and
that's the bigger problem.
Apologies are stupid anyway. Others say, you should apologize, he should apologize. But I agree that at the time that the president is apologizing, they're killing our people. And, these people who are so religious and so devout,
right?
And, oh, my God, you burned our Quran, so we'll kill somebody. It is disproportionate.
I know. I mean,
in the extreme.
Nina Shea, a senior fellow with the Hudson Institute, said that at some point these endless groveling apologies become counterproductive. It just feeds. It's the constant round of apologies, she says, and it gets to a point where they don't seem to have any effect anyway.
Well, but I mean, your bottom line is my bottom line, which is I don't care about some. I mean, look, I can understand people being offended. And you would rather not offend people with cartoons of Muhammad or burning the Quran. Those are all bad things. But we're talking about human lives here.
Yep.
And the idea that that is a legitimate response to the burning of an object, even a sacred object, is nuts.
I mean, look, Chris, at this Iranian, this pastor in Iran who now is nearing execution, possibly. The Iranian trial courts have ruled that this guy gets executed for apostasy, just for being a Christian. Yesterday, Nigerian Muslims slit the throat of a 79-year-old Christian woman in Nigeria. I mean, the acts of violence and murder and bloodshed in the name of Islam. I mean, at some point we got to wrap our brains around this and say this is something dreadful that we have to deal with. I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know the answer, but I don't know that apologies fix it.
No, apologies don't fix it. They don't. Right. And I wish that some of the Muslim leaders who condemn in such violent terms the misdeeds of the West, like the cartoons or the burning of the Quran, would sit there and equally condemn the murder of innocents who had nothing to do with the burning of the Quran and are simply there trying to save their country from slaughter.
Gotcha.
Because I'll tell you, a lot of those people who are out in the street, they're not going to live so long if the Taliban takes over.
No kidding. All right, so Mitt Romney, an exclusive interview on Fox News Sunday with Chris Wallace. Next week, it's Rick Santorum.
And this week...
Yes?
No, I got more.
Okay, there's more?
And there's more. I sound like, Ron Popeil, with the pocket fisherman.
That's right, free shipping.
Yes. In addition, we are going to have Mitch Daniels, the governor of Indiana, who 6 months ago people were talking about that he should run for president. He decided not to. And if Romney loses Michigan, there is going to be a call in the Republican establishment for one of these guys, whether it's Bush or Daniels or somebody, I say Jeb Bush, to get into this race and try to get a good, strong candidate who can beat Barack Obama. So we'll talk to Mitch Daniels about that.
Don't want to miss. I'm very disappointed in you. I don't think you made any headlines today. So try to step up your game next week, okay? And don't miss Fox News Sunday. Check your local listings. Always great to hear from you, my friend.
Well, it's sometimes good to hear from you.
Keep fighting the good fight. Chris Wallace,
yes, sir.
Fox News Sunday. Don't miss it.